Nakuzangpo, very warm welcome to Bhutan This Week. My name is Samson Dolkar. Our top stories this week. COVID-19 vaccinations to start from 27th March. Poll day for third Thomde elections of Thimphu, Gyalifu and Phintsiling set for 28th April. And Wangde Hospital becomes the first district hospital to get kidney dialysis machines. Now the news in detail. The Prime Minister says it will be business as usual with all offices, schools and other institutions to remain open during the vaccination. COVID vaccinations will begin on the 27th of March. More than 530,000 people are expected to get vaccinated.
During his address to the nation yesterday, Lenchen said around 400,000 doses of the Covishield vaccines will arrive on 22nd March from India. He said the vaccination rollout will be carried out on 27th March, which is a very auspicious day. The Jung Datsang will also conduct Sangyemelna Dupchen for 3 days before the vaccinations. All of this, he said, is to ensure that everything goes smoothly.
인생예링이 다리 케치 니레라 구주디게 뱅아체 데 종카 케치 교옹이장아 지오 직동 직자 유미 가라나로 데민 가테 잡나 갑점이 가다 가이나 갑점이 사고다나로 민 같이다 같이 봐줘고가 디나 케치 가다 가줘고가 둥소디스여행아처럼 멘카 bom살에 데 네갑지기 된로 데 종카 케치 교옹이장아 가라나로 둥소디스여 탐필 베리기 비베니기 차지조샤자 비율라 다니가치기 데 구주신날레 데 자카치에 따베보다 자카 레쇼디 다레기 인다기 다리 키치 듄루 이메세 당아치라 잘레베와신 슈멈기 장임루 포비멜라 데 뒤설레베와신 도바 추체 구다 추탐기 바나루 자카나미 세미 레베 구디 아님치가 주수바친세 당아치라 중줄레베 파니사말레 중줄레베기 테베 데다 중룽 인센치 테베 밥지 이세 슈니베일라.
The Prime Minister said pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers and children below 15 years of age will not be vaccinated for now. He added people can also get vaccinated from places other than where they have registered.
아니 차비캅루 밀라제 마타마자니기치 라루기 데랑기 네드ün 카치도 또 요비간레 캅디 비뇽세기 차게일라 날레타세 땡아 다 빈소니누 라치비 마디 조로조급 태소 마잡더니세 야소 마라기 둠타 치차디기베 마휘 데 마디 날레마 휴비간레 마루 캅잡고미 짭사베 류소바친 리랭잉이 류뇽세기 차게란디기베 땡아치기 종카다 종카기 바나기 도릴카담디 데 조마초베 나미 세미 디 담타베 미조 세슈니비 데보다 조마다 세시 우담니 세슈니비.
The Prime Minister said they are also currently working on the need for quarantining people after the vaccinations. Although there will be no lockdown when the vaccinations are carried out, movement within districts will not be allowed during the 7 to 8 days when the vaccinations are carried out. The Prime Minister also said it is highly recommended for people to get vaccinated as the vaccines are fully researched and safe. The second doses of the vaccines are expected to be carried out after 8 to 12 weeks. Gyalzang Choden for BBS News.
The poll day for the third Thomde elections of Thimphu, Gyalifu and Phintsiling has been set for 28th April. Meanwhile, aspiring candidates can start campaigning only from the 2nd of April.
According to ECB's notification, 29th March is the last day for filing of nominations by candidates to contest for the post of Thompe and Thomde Chokpas. There are 7 constituencies in Thimphu, followed by 6 each in Gyalifu and Phintsiling. Elections will be held for a Thompe in each Thomde and for a Chokpa in each constituency under the Thomdes. Thomde registration for postal ballots, which opened on 1st March, will close on 23rd March. As per the notification, a candidate for the Thomde elections cannot exceed his or her election campaign expenses beyond 75,000 Newton. The notification also states that ministers, members of parliament, official or any member of political party and local government post holders shall not campaign directly or indirectly for any candidates. For now, there are more than 8,000 registered voters in Thimphu Thomde, over 1,500 in Gyalifu and almost 1,000 in Phintsiling. The 5-year term of the Thomde Tsokdes of Gyelephu, Phuntsholing and Thimphu ended last month. Meanwhile, the Thomde local election in Samrup Jongkar Thomde will be conducted later in the year when the post holders complete their term in October. Pema Saldun Singh, BBS News.
Better road network and adequate water supply are what most eligible voters of Gyelephu, Phuntsholing and Thimphu Thomde want their new Thompin to address first. The posts of Thompin and other Thomde Tsokde members in these places remained vacant after the former post holders completed their 5-year term on 26 February. And as per the Election Act 2008, the new Thomde Tsokde should be reconstituted within 90 days from the date of expiry.
The voters say they look forward to candidates making realistic pledges. And this means improved road network, providing enough and reliable water supply and better drainage system.
Tani Thombe sabde ombe gale ngachi nagi te galam nyamchue ja achi chosoji be naung sibi rewa kidula
Thomde na pani hamro yo samdubringo lagi alikiti ramro gare.
Whoever becomes the next Trompe, I want to request him or her to consider the issues here in Samdubling. We want our roads to be blacktopped. Also, we need street lights and a stable water supply.
Cover the bhago cha tara street light अहिले हामीलाई supply भएको छैन ल.
Drainage system हरु राम्रो बनाइदियोस् अब यस्तो.
The drainage system needs to be improved. The town and its surrounding area should be cleaned and even the roads need to be repaired.
Road को quality हुनु पर्यो.
Thomde kongphilgi chala tanem betangubdi namisme kha che seshunila te datogi netang zumchinal beochin the Phuntsholing the dele the Phuntsholing te de disumbe netrale pha chamchi su tendu zumche te misirgi khatule debe chome te ngachepa ngara pe beochin ngara zumchi pekar singlu de michi beudalu the pekar singlu te dotona misumchi yarge dechi mojo
bin ga berura khongi di lani khongi sago chamchi member shen sago etana selawe shuni bela te lalchi logo overall tawdalu lamgi chidi lamgi ani mimela lam namsame mebjo nam gari disun namsam bom load diso load gi ani bin digin gari dis lam disun namsam mebjo ani chi mela
퉁추디 ngachara yale ngachara gi tendigi bete shungi katulme ngachara gi yale private gi be thogali be tendigi de ngachane 퉁digi bela data shulidi de thomendigi di ani 퉁 지가테라 베르베르 때 퉁추 지메바치니 범쇼데라니 퉁 짱라치기 델레 베데베르 같이 베데베르 퉁추디 인지민지고 발아니디다 소라니 퉁추다 가르람디
맞나 마바 가르람 제 마바 텐토베라 이데테다 톰페 가르잉로디 초치디기베 데 맞자레 맞자니 다토 선생 같이 나루 중기야니 템베 추탐펠레 미테얀 추데테 마바 공 다토 베이간도 다니 추데테 톰페 가르싱로 다니 가르람디다 추기 추탐펠기 차르스데 토치디기 성도스주베 나서친 가르샤시 주니.
As per unconfirmed sources, there are 3 aspiring candidates contesting for the post of Gyelephu Thompin. Similarly, for the post of Phuntsholing and Thimphu Thompin, there are 7 and 4 aspiring candidates respectively. There are 7 constituencies in Thimphu Thomde, followed by 6 constituencies each in Gyelephu and Phuntsholing Thomde. Together, there are around 10,000 voters in the 3 Thomde. Meanwhile, the Samrup Jongkar Thomde Tsokde will complete its 5-year term in September this year. Kilidem for BBS News.
With 2 new kidney dialysis machines installed on Tuesday, Wandifodong Hospital becomes the first district hospital to have a dialysis unit. It is otherwise the regional hospitals that provide the service.
These machines will help kidney patients who otherwise travel to the National Referral Hospital for dialysis. There are currently 17 kidney patients in the district.
Many of them, they do not have relatives to stay within Thimphu. So they drive either by themselves or they are driven by their family members to Thimphu twice a week. And then after dialysis, they come back again the same day.
The hospital has 2 trained dialysis nurses to provide the services.
So now we are seeing that all the Dzongkhas, in fact, in Bhutan, do have patients who are suffering from end-stage kidney diseases. However, the dialysis facilities exist only in the regional referral hospitals. So Wangdi Hospital is the first Dzongkhak hospital that will be having this facility, and I'm sure it will benefit not only Wangdi Dzongkhak, but Punakha, the Gasa, Trongsa, and even Jirang and Dagana.
Due to the lack of proper structure, the hospital is going to provide the service from a temporary unit set up in a dining hall for now.
There's a lot of space, but then it is not really designed to be a dialysis unit. Dialysis unit should be designed just like any of the wards and cabins with wall oxygen, wall suctioning machine systems, etc. But anyway, still, we can for two machines, it is possible to start.
The hospital also installed an additional endoscopy machine. The government spent more than 11 million yutum on the machines. Depending on the number of patients, the hospital expects to increase the dialysis machines to 6. For Chengadoji in Wandipota, this is Tandin Finso for BBS News.
The Thimphu police denied registering an alleged battery case involving a 41-year-old man and the traffic police. According to the complainant, 5 police personnel allegedly battered him, but the police refused to register his complaint. On the contrary, the police say although the case was not registered, a preliminary investigation was carried out.
According to the man, the traffic police stopped his car near the main traffic on the night of 13 February. However, he claimed of not noticing. The traffic police again stopped him opposite Taj Hotel, where, following a heated argument, 5 traffic police allegedly battered him.
The love handcup chop the love left ki khatule khongi hama cha chap dila cha chap chi love ep di khatule pai langa gila pauchi delente paurundra joina dosina masibate ngi jole name sami shubera thaila khongila tele amsuchi dula che phoge memina se galente ngi love ota chapla ngi gen changkho goloma khongmu gi kam kela tani be ngama daptaila telen joina dosina maro tingal nga khara the masu asela talafami jomi di durmo la cheki shoila kadim cheki shurun khungi nyema thula tala anale te khade benara mashi basila te changchana duila telela tan ta pawaching khungi thani mese no dila na se rojila na.
He said the beating severely injured him and fractured 2 of his ribs. He knew of the injury when he got himself checked at the hospital later. He also said he was drunk during the time of the incident. He added because of the scratch on his car, he was also accused of being involved in a hit-and-run case. Meanwhile, an official from the Thimphu police said they immediately carried out a preliminary investigation after the man came to the station with his complaint. But without evidence, they decided not to register the case. The officer said they checked the CCTV footages, which only showed the traffic police personnel checking his car. Moreover, the incident was reported after almost a month, which makes it hard to verify such complaints. The police also questioned the 5 personnel involved, but they denied the allegations. Pima Saldun Sring, BBS News.
Now, the closure of sawmills affects the construction works in Jemgang. In absence of sawmills and skilled woodworkers, contractors are facing difficulty in completing the works on time. They are not able to get sawn timber.
The construction of a dining hall for monks in Jemgang Rabde is in full swing. It is almost complete. But the contractor struggled for almost a year to get timber.
The sawmill daimigi sawmill machinery tinga chira sing khodup dia bumdale begovela bumdale beoda namesamigi garigi lada yagi gong gara beodalu te sing di namasami gong bombera the new investigation la the ngachara nalu maba in additional sing dumbe thomela thomni the iruya ngachara na the thasagi sing bendigi the bubagi za lalu ri the ngachara nalu the so many mebe galen the nale sing dumjam ji thomme the ngachara gi the new misubesi chunila
dages in the Sawmill mindigi namsun kangal theme sir kajin the Sawmill mindigi and portion thousand gara what's it on plus ani mindigi kangal do sir
among chimgang lu sing somil sing dani ki somil cheme ba namsam thapchaji ngachi porchin dabe dani lache mambe jomela da porchin da lacha bumchi ta machi ro somil na ton sum ship cheme jomela ani khebribe.
This is one of the 2 sawmills in the district. Once bustling with activity, it remains closed for a year now amid the pandemic. The laborers left for home in India and could not return. This is the other sawmill. It closed 3 years ago. The business then was not good, but it is slowly trying to open for business. The materials are readied. The proprietor of this sawmill said he is waiting for foreign workers since he could not find competent locals.
namjombachi nodigi be ngachema tribunalo dakhang chungku da inkina bechi mobile sawmill se lamimula da andisu ngachigi ma nawa jindigi be khoma shakdigi be te halamchi di nankina gi gara ani mobile sawmill gi tendigi be ngachigi songdel tapsui shunila.
Whatever it is, there is not much option. For Pemosamru in Jemgang, Sringdandu, BBS News.
Many people took up large-scale farming last year as the country faced a shortage of vegetables amid the pandemic. In Sarpong too, it was with great hope of making a good income that some farmers from Sengge Gyeok started commercial farming. They took loans from the National Cottage and Small Industry Bank. Today, their crops are ready for harvest, but there seems to be no market.
Tashi started growing tomatoes on a commercial scale on more than an acre of land. He took the low-interest rate loan of 320,000 Nyatam. He took his first tomato harvest of 22 kilograms to the Sarpong market last Sunday, but there were no buyers.
I could
not travel to Gelifu as I had just 22 kilograms. So I took it to Sarpang market, but there were no buyers. I could sell only 1 kilo. Now I'm worried about repaying the loan.
To help the farmers sell their produce, the Gyeok Agriculture Extension Office is trying to find a market within the district. The schools and institutions are some of them.
school linking program the school feeding program
We have a vegetable group linked to the school feeding program. The vegetable group will supply local produce to schools in the community.
The market is not only the issue. Tendup Thewang, another farmer in the Gyeok who is growing onion on a large scale, doesn't have a storehouse. He said having invested the money he took from the bank, he has asked support from the Gyeok Agriculture Extension Office to construct a storehouse.
It is time for harvest. We need a house to store the onions since it's hot now. I would like to seek help in procuring CGI sheets from the government.
The Gyeok Agriculture Extension Officer said he has forwarded the matter to the Dongkhak Agriculture Office.
It is time to harvest onion. The onion needs curing. People have approached our office. Since our Gyeok Agriculture Office has no fund to support the farmers, we have forwarded the letter to the Dongkhak Agriculture Office for support.
6 farmers from Sengge Gyeok borrowed money from the CSI for commercial farming, but it looks like they have to wait for successful farming. For Karmawangdi in Sarpang, Kilitim, PBS News.
After nearly 2 decades, a survey on important bird areas or IBAs will begin soon. The 13-month-long survey across the country is to update and create baseline data. A community-based group called Bhutan BirdLife Society recently conducted a consultative meeting to start the survey.
Bhutan is considered one of the top biodiversity hotspots in the world with over 700 bird species. One of the world's oldest international conservation organizations, BirdLife International, conducted a survey almost 20 years ago. 23 important bird areas or IBAs were identified in Bhutan. This area near the sewage treatment plant in Babisa is one of the bird areas. Earlier this month, huge flocks of water birds were seen at the sewerage ponds. Some birdwatchers said they are seeing such huge flocks for the first time. About 13 different species were recorded. The Bhutan BirdLife Society said they will revive one of the worst hit habitats after the survey. The UNDP and the government are pumping in some 2 million ngutum for the survey.
We have no record of conducting national level of assessment of IBAs. So therefore, this consultative workshop is actually meant for assessing the 23 IBAs, the areas that we have in Bhutan, which is very important for birds. Conserving the bird area is very important because through monitoring and assessing the 23 IBAs of Bhutan, definitely it will contribute in understanding the biodiversity trend of our country, whether our country's natural resources or biodiversity is getting declined or degraded, or whether it's getting improved.
The conservation of IBAs ensures the survival of a large number of other animals and plants. This is Sringdandup, BBS News.
She may be on the brink of collapse, but as a mother, every time, as long as she can, she is willing to confront the challenges with renewed energy. This is how the everyday story of Purki Rai in Dikilingyok of Sarpang unfurls. She is a single parent looking after 3 sons, all of whom are physically challenged.
The 3 sons need constant care and attention, but Purki Rai is unable to devote her time to them. As the lone physically able family member, the 40-year-old has to fend for the rest. While she is away for work, the sons loiter around the house, awaiting her return.
I got
them checked at the Thimphu hospital and they said everything was normal. So far, all the efforts to treat them failed. I have to do everything for them, including bathing them.
She says since the divorce a few years ago, the children's father is hardly around to support them. However, Purki managed to register her children under His Majesty's Kiddu program, which has significantly supported them in sustaining themselves.
We live in a semi-permanent structure which my brother and sister-in-law built for us. They have been very supportive.
Today, with no steady income, Purki Rai works on others' farms and at construction sites as a daily wage labourer. She says with the income, it is difficult making ends meet. Nevertheless, she is managing. And so, amid the challenges, continues the story of a determined parent. For Karmawangdi in Sarbong, Sonamongdi, PBS News.
They were just 15 months old and always together. They were literally doing everything together. Yes, we are talking about the conjoined twins, Nima and Dawa, who were successfully separated by doctors in Australia in 2018. Our reporter in Phinsoling visited them and said the girls are doing great.
Healthy and happy, Nima and Dawa are as always together but do things independently. Today they are 3 years old. The special bond of mother and daughter has blossomed. The successful surgery has changed everything for good.
Hemagino santandal de staramis vemisar. Tidak de alunini chara trinjo pomam tijo hansum bedalo de ngatom dalo ya kuni tom dalo ami samisem gomila. Orange.
And the mother said the twins are always eager to learn.
Pechatani kiti to du zai namisamiro. Color gachina ni gachina sin amisami dinela. Dile ABC dinigi to aki pencil de sutur ko nadri an to aki ni e chamchi de dinishem ro khoni gi.
Nima and Dawa love to play outside, but they have to do everything together. It is an everyday activity that would not have been possible otherwise.
Khongye bom jode dele healthy jode dele ngaya namsame sem gong me la khoni lta de dele ngai school le hebjira khoni jika lab disu kam namsame relation be chube dele khoni disu jika as time spend be time and this be dongla ngai dawni mal best engineer de tete chika ba be semse jongla dele dai de chika ba be as sem ganu la aida chika hombe.
The children in the community enjoy the company.
Madam Madam
Before the surgery, they were joined at the torso and shared the liver. It attracted media attention home and abroad. And on 9th November 2018, doctors at the Royal Children's Hospital in Melbourne successfully separated the twins. The surgery took a team of more than 20 people about 6 hours. The Victorian government paid the bills. The Children First Foundation, an Australian-based charity, helped with the flights and accommodation. It was a journey that parents would never forget. They returned home on 9th March 2019. They will be celebrating their 4th birthday in July. For Sonam Pinju in Phuentsholing, Kiletem, PBS News.
Well, that's all we have for this week. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. Goodbye.